What is up, everyone? Don Chaos here on Carnival Spirits. We be the ninjas in action. Today we are going to be doing the weekly spirits topic, whatever you want to call it. This is formerly known as Carnival Spirits. We just changed up the name a bit. And just a little heads up, just in case you guys forgot, this isn't just for us at Carnival Spirits to do. It's for you guys, the viewers, or if you're a Juggalo YouTuber, to do. You guys can get involved. You can pretty much leave your video down in the comments. So pretty much we had to pick 3 psychopathic albums that are some of our favorites that are not ICP and Twisted. So yeah, let's get started. Number 3 for me. Now, all 3 of these albums I really do enjoy. Just a heads up, I had to choose this decision really good and carefully. So I had to go back to my pop's house because some of my albums are still there, because I'm still in the process of getting all my albums back over here in my new place. You know, I have some of them here, but I don't have all of them here. So yeah, that's another video that I'm probably going to plan to do on here or on my personal channel, saying what are some of my favorite psychopathic albums. But number 3, these albums are still really tied, would be from my home city and state of Denver, Colorado, A&B's The Garcia Brothers. Their 3rd album, 4th album, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of people say their 3rd album. But if you count Unforgiven Force before they were signed to Psychopathic, this is technically their 4th album. So yeah, what can be said about this album that a lot of people haven't said? You know, New Zealand Juggalo guy, really enjoy this album. I really enjoyed this album. This album is definitely a banger. No, this album I really, really enjoyed. You know, from front to back. This was also one of my top albums come out in 2014 when it came out. There's just so much about this album. You know, and I know there's a lot of juggalos out there who still don't enjoy A&B, but I always tell them, if you want to give A&B another chance, check out Unforgiven Force before they were signed to Psychopathic. Check out God's Hand, the stuff they've done on the DJ Clay mixtapes, and then also check out this. So yeah. And maybe this album will surprise you. This album actually surprised a lot of people who are not really big fans of A&B. That got them listening to them. You know, it gave people to get another chance to look at Bones Dub and Young Wicked. Also, I still know him as Otis, even though I know he's called Young Wicked now, but I still know him as Otis. I'll still call him Otis, aka Young Wicked. Yeah, A&B's The Garcia Brothers. Just a lot of tracks on here are good. This whole album is a banger. Still sounds good in the car. And it made history, and I could be wrong on this, but my mind's a little meh right now. But the last song, Nobody Get Hurt, first Renegade song that Psychopathic has done. And that's one reason why I think this album was really good, because, you know, Young Wicked, aka Otis, got to show some of his producing skills on this album. He produced a lot on this album. So yeah. Alright. Number 2 on my top, some of my favorite Psychopathic albums that are not non-ICP or Twisted, is the album that came out in 2004, and that is ABK's 2nd album. That is Dirty History. Really good album. You know, a lot of ABK classic joints are on here. You know, definitely a banger for something that came out in 2004. Still sounds good to this day, even in the car, or if you have good stereo or surround sound in your house with good speakers. You know, there's a lot of, like I said, also a lot of popular ABK tracks are on here. You know, a lot of people say ABK's best albums are Hatchet History, this, and Medicine Bag. Just like this was released during when people say were the best times to be a juggalo. Like a lot of people say the best times to be a juggalo was 95 and everything in between all the way up to 2005 and 6. And this is definitely one of those albums. A lot of songs on here I can relate to, you know, like Hey Y'all, you know, Trees in the Woods, I can relate to. Laugh at You, I can really personally relate to that song. Personally relate to that song. You know, and then the final track, To Who This May Concern, one of those songs I listen to when I'm in a deep thought or something. So yeah, ABK's second album, released in 2004, Dirty History. And then finally, my number one pick would be Boondocks' second album, released in 2008, and that would be Crimson Creek. Very personal album. This album really got me through a lot, you know. When I was in school, like high school, I was like, maybe like, let's see, probably a sophomore year. Yeah, sophomore, junior year. This album really got me through a lot. There's a lot of personal songs on here. This is like Boondocks' most personal album. This is the album that a lot of people say when they hear that there's going to be a new Boondocks album, that they wish that Boondocks would do another Crimson Creek. No. Me, I like artists that evolve and always make an album that sounds completely different than last. Really good album. Even to this day, this is definitely on my list of top psychopathic albums. You know, Kuma handled a lot of production on here. You know, Brian Kuma. Really good album. You know, from tracks like Country Life, Untold Unwritten, you know, Inbred Evil, Freak Bitch, Heathen, Walking After Midnight, Love Hate, Cold Cruel World, really relatable song when I used to be down in the dumps and sometimes when I am. Straight Out the Crops, you know, Outlaw, one of my favorites. You know, Path I Walk, Trailer Park Creepin', you know, Fear featuring Monoxide and Blaze, you know, The Death of a Hater featuring Jamie Madrox. But yeah, this would be my number one, Boondocks' Crimson Creek. You know, very personal album. This album got me through school a lot as well. You know, when I was in high school. So yeah, those are some of my favorite psychopathic albums that are not ICP or Twisted. So yeah, if you guys want to get involved in this, leave comments down below, your video response in the comments, or if you're part of the Ninjas in Action group page, just upload your video to the group page and we will share it, or share it just with the group. So yeah, Don Chaos here on Carnival Spirits. Don't forget to check us all out on other social media websites. Check out our website, carnivalspirits.com. Subscribe to everyone else in the Ninjas in Action crew. Join the Ninjas in Action group. Become a ninja in action and all that good old happy stuff. And subscribe to me, my personal channel, if you feel like. Alright, everyone. Peace. Don Chaos on Carnival Spirits. Signing out. Later, everyone. Peace.